Before starting my time here on YouTube, I had never played a single game of the iconic franchise Devil May Cry.
You what?
I know, I'm sorry. However, since the release of Netflix's adaptation anime, I became hooked. So I decided to make it my mission to obtain the Platinum Trophy for every game in the DMC series, including the almost unplayable, the utmost peak,
jackpot,
and the downright confusing.
Of a million years.
And today, with 4 of the 6 DMC Platinums already unlocked, we start our journey to become the greatest devil hunter alive with arguably the hardest in the franchise, Devil May Cry 5. And with a grand total of 55 trophies I need to earn in order to add the 5th Platinum to my collection, it's time to find out if a devil may cry. To get things started in this Platinum journey, much like any other single player game, the first thing to do is to simply complete the story.
Time to kick some ass.
While progressing through my first playthrough of the story mode on human difficulty, I had managed to unlock a few miscellaneous trophies along the way, such as getting my first S rank combo, double S combo, and triple S rank combo. Not to forget spending a long time in the air, and gathering my first 1 million red orbs. Before moving on to step 2 of the Platinum journey, I had a few trophies I needed to clean up. First up was probably one of the more grindier parts, and that was gathering all the collectibles. These of course being the blue and purple orbs. See, there are a total of 32 blue orb fragments, 12 of which are located in the secret missions, and there are 8 purple orb fragments. Speaking of the secret missions, I did have to go back and replay Secret Mission 6 to get a trophy, and it's safe to say I cut it a bit close. Sorry, was that an 11th of a second? Once these had all been found, it was just a case of buying the last orbs needed from Nico's van. This would then get me 2 more trophies, Physical Perfection for upgrading my Vitality gauge to the max, and the Devil Zone for upgrading my Devil Trigger gauge to the max. I then got the trophy for killing my first 1,000 demons while farming red orbs in Mission 13. This will come in handy for a little later in the video, but let's get into stage 2. I had 8 trophies in mind at this stage in getting the Platinum, the first of which being the Pet Protection Trophy. This involves clearing Mission 5 while keeping V's pets alive. V has 2 pets fighting for him at all times, Griffin and Shadow. The strategy was simple: whenever they take damage, I would activate V's Devil Trigger to summon the final pet, Nightmare.
Arise.
This would not only heal Griffin and Shadow, but it would prevent them taking any further damage while Nightmare was around, and after some time fighting the boss, I got the trophy.
But of wisdom, no clock can measure.
There we go, Pet Protection. Clear Mission 5 without V's demons getting stalemated. Shifting our attention from V to Dante for our next trophy, Dante the Gambler, where I'll have to use more than 500,000 red orbs with a new weapon in Dante's arsenal, Dr. Faust. By pressing and holding the square button, Dante will unleash a barrage of red orbs as his ammunition. I did however get this trophy while trying to get the timing of the Red Hot Night move down. And if you were wondering, it didn't end well. Before I knew it, I was back at the final boss fight against the Quantum Ranger, Eric Myers.
Foolishness, Lord said.
And of course, after beating the boss, I would unlock 2 more story completion based trophies, Showtime for completing the game on Devil Hunter mode, and Doing Daddy Proud for Son of Sparta. I made sure to get both these difficulties done together for a specific reason. Dante unlocks a new skill after beating Son of Sparta, the irregular full custom skill. And after purchasing this skill, the only skill that remained was X Provocation. But before that, I uploaded my save to the PlayStation Cloud. This was so I could keep my orbs instead of grinding Mission 13 for hours on end. After that, I would then buy the skill to get the Be the Legend trophy for unlocking all of Dante's skills. Then by reloading the save, I could then unlock all the skills for Nero, V, and lastly, Vergil. Now that I've got all the skills unlocked, I feel a bit more ready to take on arguably the hardest difficulty in the game, Dante Must Die. There is just one more bit of preparation I wanted to do before starting this playthrough though, which I'll get to very shortly, but first let me explain why this difficulty is so hard. So during Dante Must Die, there are no healing orbs, meaning the only way you can recover health is by using your Devil Trigger. Not only this, but enemies and bosses deal 800% more damage, which you can imagine doesn't really go well with the lack of healing opportunities. They also gain 800% more health, meaning it takes considerably longer to take any enemy down. They're also smarter and more aggressive with their attacking patterns, meaning they're even harder to dodge. Lastly, every enemy and boss gets access to the Devil Trigger power-up, which makes it even harder to take them down, even after all these buffs. Given all this, chances are now and again, I'm probably going to die from time to time. Although if you do die, you're at least able to revive yourself with either your red orbs or a gold orb. But this also comes with a cost. If you die more than once in a single mission, that price is going to drastically increase. And knowing all this information, and knowing that one trophy that was waiting for me this entire time, I decided I needed help. I needed motivation. I needed Vergil.
I am the storm that is approaching.
By going back into mission 1 with Vergil on human mode, there was a method to get an insane amount of red orbs which I knew would come in handy for the trophy I alluded to earlier. By running around avoiding enemies and using the Yamato Aerial Rave B combo, you can slowly build up both your Devil Trigger and Sin Devil Trigger gauges. Once these are at their max, it's time to head to the boss without taking any damage along the way. After starting the boss fight, activate your Sin Devil Trigger, summon the Doppelganger and immediately taunt. This allows us to use the Doppelganger without Vergil moving. This is important as you want the Doppelganger to do all the damage to the Clifoth roots. We want the boss to get down to 1 HP without ending the fight. The safest way to do this is with the Yamato Combo C. This move won't actually kill the boss except for the very last strike. Once the boss was at his final health point, throw a Mirage Blade and get the last hit in to end the fight. You'll see here that you get an absurd number of stylish points. This paired with the multipliers at the end is what gives us our red orb total. With this number being so stupidly high, the red orbs hit their maximum value. And with this, the final prep stage was done. I was now ready to get back to Dante Must Die. This playthrough starts with mission 7 in order to get the Share the Pain trophy. Simply put, I just needed to complete the mission with both Nero and V. Since I'd already beaten it with Nero, this time round I just chose V. And just by running through and clearing the mission, I got the trophy. Share the Pain, nice. Clear mission 7 with both Nero and V. From here there wasn't much else to do besides once again beating Vergil. But this playthrough is still important because the reward would help us greatly in the next step of the platinum. The super characters. Dance with the Devil, let's go! Super Nero is now available. Super Dante is now available. Super V is now available. And Super Vergil is now available. Now with the super characters at my disposal, it was time to take a break from completing the story and move on to the Bloody Palace. The Bloody Palace is a wave survival type game mode where you need to climb from floor 1 all the way to 101. But now with the super characters unlocked, this grind becomes a little bit easier. After every 20 floors, with the exception of floors 90 and 98 to 101, is a boss fight where the difficulty increases from human mode all the way to Dante Must Die. While going through the Bloody Palace for the first time with Super V, I would get the trophy, the Quick and the Dead, for killing 5 enemies in a single second. With focus now back on the final floor against Vergil, I could summon Nightmare and have Griffin and Shadow be effectively immortal while attacking for me. This would allow me to focus on survival, and sometime later, I defeated Vergil and got the trophy. A champion rises for clearing the Bloody Palace with any character. I would then need to run through the Bloody Palace 3 more times with Nero, Dante and Vergil to get another trophy. While using Nero though, I would get the Rearm and Repeat trophy for picking up more than 100 Devil Breaker arms, and eventually I would complete the 3 runs with Nero, Dante, and lastly with Vergil to get the trophy. 4 Infernal Kings. Clear the Bloody Palace with all characters. And with that, our time at the Bloody Palace comes to an end, and now we go back to the story. Before getting into the last 3 playthroughs of the game, I had 2 final cleanup trophies. These are the Well I'll Be Damned and the Who Needs Weapons Anyway trophies. First up was Well I'll Be Damned. This is for beating Urizen earlier in the game in Tenju 2. And by going back to the prologue on human mode with access to Nero's Devil Trigger, I was able to do more damage and get the trophy. Now for the Who Needs Weapons Anyways trophy. This involves beating Mission 11 with Dante, but without equipping any of his weapons, meaning you can only use his Devil Trigger. This is where the irregular full custom skill from earlier comes in handy, as this allows me to edit Dante's loadout to have no weapons. So I loaded up the mission again on human mode with Super Dante and used his Sin Devil Trigger form to do all the damage. This would then net me the trophy after taking down the boss. With those taken care of, I moved on to the Legendary Dark Knight difficulty. While this isn't the hardest difficulty in the game, it throws considerably more enemies at you. I specifically played as Vergil so I could stack up 3 trophies. A Legendary Return, as well as Sibling Rivalry for clearing the game with Vergil. The last trophy was Heart of a Swordsman. This was for beating Dante in Mission 19 while only using the Yamato sword for the whole fight. Then when that was done, beating Dante again in mission 20, I would unlock the other 2 trophies. Now I was on to Heaven or Hell. This is the second to last difficulty before the final Hell and Hell difficulty to get the platinum. This is actually the easiest mode in the game, as you and enemies are both one shot. And, well...
I'm saying like, boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
When I got to mission 13 on Heaven or Hell, I made sure to play as Nero to get the Each in His Own Way trophy. I deliberately waited till now, as honestly, I'm not the best with Nero. And once again I would take down Vergil to complete the Heaven and Hell difficulty. With just mission 19 needed to get the Hell of a Hunter trophy, I'd be ready for one of the hardest trophies I'd ever get on this channel. And with the help of Dr. Faust, it was relatively easy to avoid taking damage from Vergil. It would also help me a lot during the Hell and Hell playthrough, which was why I did the Vergil method to get so many red orbs. I was even impressed at its damage output. I can't get over how fast his health drains. And then with one final red hot night to put Vergil down, the trophy would be mine. That's gotta be the S rank, come on. There we go, Hell of a Hunter. Clear all missions with S rank as Nero, Dante or V. Just a shame I've now got to do that on every difficulty. And so that was exactly what I did. From human mode all the way through to Dante Must Die, I went back and got the S rank for every mission in the game. See, the easiest way to get S ranks in this game is to beat the missions without taking any damage to get the ×2 multiplier. And with this leading us into the Hell and Hell difficulty for our last 3 trophies, I would have to avoid taking damage no matter what. Even though enemies and bosses in this difficulty are the equivalent to Son of Sparta, you however are one shot. See, even though I have 3 lives indicated by the gold orbs here, given I was trying to S rank these missions straight away, I only really had 1. And if I died, I would have to go through the whole mission again as there's no checkpoints. Safe to say, this naturally came with its difficulties, and a bit of frustration. Even after beating the mission without taking a hit, I was still getting frustrated. I don't like this difficulty. I just don't like it. It's awful. Whoever invented it at Capcom, we need words. But a short while after, I found myself beating bosses pretty comfortably and the S rank started to fly in. Before I knew it, I was back at the final mission with the platinum firmly in my reach, and all I was left was facing off against Vergil one last time. I'm sure this will go just fine. Right?
This has nothing to do with me. Stand down.
Nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with me.
Oh, and just thought I'd interrupt to say, Vergil was absolutely right. It turns out it did have nothing to do with me. He proceeded to beat the shit out of me. Oh, why did I go towards him? Oh, come on. Just let me get my platinum. Oh, I jumped too early. That was going so well. So yeah, by this point I had had enough and I was even debating if I was going to get the platinum, but I locked in and I gave it one more shot.
This has nothing to do with me. Stand down.
Nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with me.
Nero.
Fight this. Fuck you. Seriously now? Tide's turning.
Feeling accepting yet?
Oh, fucking asshole. hammers won't do you any good.
That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Oh, I've done it. Highway to hell. Worthy of legend. Devil may cry. Oh, that was a nightmare. I'll be honest, it's doable, but it's very hard. Oh, I've done it. Oh, sorry, wait, one more thing. Sorry, it's just because I didn't do a proper outro or anything. That Devil May Cry one was pretty hard. Deserved its 8 out of 10 rating in my opinion. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my first video. Be sure to like and subscribe. And you know, hit the bell if you want to. It'll let you know when I upload next. Because I don't know when that's going to be. Who knows when my next platinum will be. I mean, it's not like I got a clue in the background or anything. Well, I didn't say anything. Anyway, see you later.